Let me give you guys an update on what it is that I've been experiencing here in Tokyo. And it's in stark contrast to what it is that I'm seeing happening within the United States. And that's unfortunate. It's in stark contrast to what it is that I see happening in the United States. Yesterday, I had some opportunities to do some awesome stuff, to travel and see some places, and I make it a priority to make sure I do something different every single day. I mean, you're going to see me in the streets. We're going to be doing some new experience, eating some different food that I've never ate before, experiencing some culture, talking to different people. Um, and it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. So we're going to work backwards, right? One of the first things that I had an opportunity to do was to go to the Sensoji Temple. The Sensoji Temple. And then outside of the temple, there was an entire marketplace. It was a lot of people walking around. Apparently, this is one of the largest and oldest Buddhist temples in Tokyo. And so I had an opportunity to go over there, and this is exactly where it is that we walked into. I did not record inside of the temple because they asked for no pictures and no recording. And so I like to respect other people's culture. This is the walkway slash marketplace outside of the Sensoji temple in Tokyo, and it was a ton of people. So this was in the back half of my day in which we went out there and we experienced it. We did some shopping. We uh, observed how people pray and what they do. We also got some fortune stuff, so that was definitely different. And then after or before that, earlier in the day, we had the opportunity to go to Disney. Now, I'm not a fan of Disney at all, okay? Let's be clear. I'm not a fan of Disney. Does not float my boat. I think that the company has been off path. I am not an investor in Disney. I think that they're fumbling the bag. They are the owners of ESPN. But uh, I am not the only person on this trip. And so, in order for me to make sure that everybody gets the experiences that they want, then we had the opportunity to go in and observe. Now, one thing that I found out while I was there, because all of this is covered when you walk into the entrance of Disney, one thing that I found out while I was there was that it was the 40th anniversary of Disney being in Japan. Yes, it was. It was the 40th anniversary of Disney being in Japan. Um, I was literally, or we were literally the only, and when I say only, based off of what I saw, because I was there for some hours now before we went over to the Sensoji Temple, and I was walking. So, my counter for the calories and stuff, it'd be sky high. My daughter forced me to get on this. I'll be uploading the clips onto Instagram, and I instantly had a headache because she had me twirling and turning. So the highlight of my trip was to be in the teacups. Let me say that again. The highlight of my Disney experience was getting in the teacups with my daughter and her taking joy and giving me a headache. All right. In addition to that, obviously, I went into the Snow White Castle, which is one of the crown jewels right in the middle of the park. And one thing that I've learned about Disney as I jumped on this railroad, this train, and I had the opportunity to take in my thoughts and kind of write down my notes mentally, like a rapper do when he's spitting 16 bars inside of the booth. One thing that I was able to take in was that even Disney is different there in Tokyo, Japan, than it is over in Orlando, Florida. I haven't been in the one in California, but the one in Orlando, Florida, it is completely different, right? The rides are different. The characters that they like is different. They value, I'm going to be reading that super chat shortly. Shout out to Ash. They value Winnie the Pooh and Snow White more than they value um, whatever the characters are that's meaningful to the people here. They value the cartoon characters, the animes, the Winnie the Poohs, the more soft people, to be honest with you, right? I mean, you was hard pressed to go in there and find a shirt with Buzz Lightyear in the Toy Story and the sassiness over there, right? They did have a Star Tour, but they did not have a huge Star Wars exhibit. They was not heavy into Marvel, as some people may believe. And let me also say this: it was significantly cheaper. And this is me recording and observing uh, the band coming over there and playing, and they would walk through and they would speak to people, and they were incredibly polite. The thing about Japanese culture, even when it comes to Disney, because all of these companies evolve and they change and they have a different experience for when it is that you go into their country versus what it is that you experience in this country. And the only other car, right? Because in addition to, all of the different cars and stuff that I've seen, all of them was primarily European and Japanese and stuff like that. The only American car that I seen there was a Tesla. Outside of my hotel, they had the Rolls Royces, they had the Lamborghinis, they had, the McLarens. All of the exotic cars is there. All right. But as far as their culture specifically, smaller cars, more polite, they have more of a service industry. And as technologically advanced as Tokyo is, because Tokyo in Japan is technologically advanced, they're more of a service industry, a service people. They have an overabundance of workers that are out greeting you, paying attention to you. Women are usually the face of whatever it is that they have going on, and they're at the forefront as far as greeting you and advertising and pushing and making sure that they bow to you. And every time I walk into my hotel, because you got to first go up to the 45th floor and then go over, and then you go up to your room, which is on the 51st or 54th floor. They have somebody walking you down, and the woman is always bowing to you. It's just a different culture, honestly. Women bow to you on a regular basis. When I'm walking out of my hotel, and it doesn't matter whether I'm going to be whether I'm in the Ritz or if I was down at the a regular Western Marriott or something like that, they are bowing. They are serving your every need. They, trying to figure out if they can get you something. Yo, every time I walk into my room, they make sure that they. Let me tell you something. Here's the thing. Let me pause this for a minute. Let me come back. When I come into my room, right? Because I got a really big room, and obviously I don't want to display, my wife and my daughter over there or whatever like that. They make sure that they write me these handwritten notes to give me instructions, right? Here, let me spin this around. Let me give you an example. Dear Mr. Daniels, please use this card and bond. Have a nice day. They come in and they observe the different things that I got. So, for example, they know that I have a setup in here in which I got different chords and stuff because I'm over here recording and I'm taking care of work and doing business and stuff. And so they just naturally just bring in a woman, tends to my every need. Well, several women, they tend to my every need, and then they bring these in here in order for me to wrap my chords up more effectively. I didn't ask for it. I didn't say that I needed it. They just literally brought these in here, dropped it, wrote a note when I was gone, and then said, hey, make sure if you need these in order to wrap your chords up, this will be more effective in order to make sure that you can make things neater in here. They just observe. They try to figure out what your need is. They bring you more water if you used to ordering water. If you order something or you order room service, they make sure that they come in straight up. I'm gonna be real with you. When I walk into my hotel room, and this is the level of service, it's not something that you got to ask for. It's not that the customer is always right. And every single time it's a woman, and they come in, and let me break it down to you. I get this. I ate one of them because it was good. They just bring you in the different stuff and they say, hey, if you want to try out these different desserts, here, check out these different desserts. And they don't bring in napkins. They bring in wet towels. They come in and they knock and they take care of you. And then even the women that are on the street, when you walking in, they stop and they bow to you and all of this other type of stuff. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. When I hear women from American culture sit and tell me, whether it be on these panels on the internet or when I have to go out and I observe how you women are treating different guys in the streets in America, because it's a Western culture thing. I'm going to shoot you women some bail a little bit. It's not just a black woman thing. It is a white woman thing. It is a black woman thing. It is a Lebanese woman thing. It's a Western culture thing. When I hear women say stuff like, I'm not giving respect to a man until he earns it, or you got to be at this level in order for us to respect you as a man. I'm going to be reading that super chat shortly. Thank you, Fi Brown. It's mind blowing to see the level of respect and treatment that they give you just because you walking around as a human. It ain't even just because I'm spending a bunch of money at the hotel. It's when I'm out in the street in general. Women are incredibly, and I mean, listen, you talking about Japanese culture. These are not women that are under duress, which completely dispels the myth that is because they don't have anything or anything like that. It's a lot of women executives. It's a lot of women that's in power here. It's a movement where women are making decent money and they are very much modern when it comes to their ability to be able to make money. But they don't remove their femininity or start to emasculate the men that they deal with on a regular basis in order for them to be able to be in that position. Why is it so different here? In which women and the culture here is they're going to treat you phenomenal. They're going to bow to you. They always smile. I have not seen a woman that is in a position or in a job, whether she's at the front desk or whether she's opening up the door or whatever. They are not advocating to try to do the men's jobs. I have not seen even one woman cab driver, and I've been taking cabs the entire time. Every single place that I've went to, I have not got on a train. I have not done public transportation. We walk and we have taken cabs. Every single woman, they are not trying to do what men do. And they are living in their femininity and they are very much respectful and they extend gratitude and they bow to you and they show you a level of respect in general. And they do it to everybody. Here's my question. Why is it so difficult for Western women to do so? But when I come over here in Asian culture, it's a completely different experience. I mean, it's like night and day. It's genuinely like night and day. When I walk out of the elevator, or when I'm walking over to the elevator from my room, or when I'm walking over from breakfast or something like that, and I get in the elevator to come into my room, they are walking behind me. They will hurry up and beat me to the elevator, hit the button, and then bow to me as the doors is closing. Like, I hope you having a great time. I love you. You are absolutely awesome. Shit is blowing my mind. Blowing my mind. They automatically try to, I mean, they treat you like all of them are your wife. In every sense. They are running to the elevator to beat me there. I didn't say I was going over to the elevator. I'm literally just coming out because you got to come out to go to the upper floors to come back down and come all the way down to the lobby, right? And they're racing to beat me to the elevator in order to make sure that they hit the button and then bow to me. Oh my God, you so good. They are automatically extending a level of respect just because you are a human being, let alone a man. If you are a man, you are a god. If you are a man, you are a god. When I'm walking out of my lobby, I see the woman, she already calling, oh, he might need a cab. We're used to him getting a cab. They already, Mr. Daniels, they learn your name. It's crazy. And I mean, it's funny because I'm having this conversation with y'all, but it's unfortunate that this is something that is crazy and this is not a cultural norm. Now, when I get home, right, and I'm not talking about my household, but I'm talking about the culture. Oh my God. You can't order nothing without somebody getting a bad attitude. Who the fuck you talking to? Neck snatching, wig, snatching your dreams, neck extended. Who the fuck you talking to? You better not ask me shit. Motherfucker, I call my brother on you. Pull up, pull up. You can't tell if you talking to a gangster crip that's in the streets, blood, nigga, what's up? Or if I'm talking to an actual biological woman. That's why niggas is starting to trying to figure out if you a woman, if you a trans woman, or are you a biological woman? By default, niggas is trying to use their context clues in order to understand whether you are a biological woman or are you a trans woman. A man dressed as a woman, because we can no longer tell the difference in Western culture. We can't tell if you a nigga or are you a biological woman, because it's all starting to intersect with each other, and women are so fucking masculine and they have no respect for men in general that we can't tell the difference just based off of your attitude. The cultural differences are vast. Are vast. It's insane. Voice is high, absolutely awesome, tiptoeing around you, trying to anticipate what your needs are. I said, am I married to all of y'all? What the They anticipating what your needs are before you do it based off of what them observing your habits to be. That's crazy. That's crazy. I walked into the bakery yesterday in order to get my little Danish thing or whatever like that, and she had already, just because she recognized me from the day before. When we sit here and talk about, and oh man, I got a breakdown for y'all tonight. I've been observing and paying attention to what is going on and comparing and contrasting. And on the Anton Daniels live stream tonight for y'all, this morning for me, it's going to be an epic live stream. I promise you this, because I am going to give you everything that I know and everything that I have with regard to what it is that I'm observing. This is just the tip of the iceberg. You know, I have a different type of show on that channel than I have on the Millionaire Morning channel.